do it. Yeah. First we have, she's known from Land of the Dead. She's also appeared in X-Men Apocalypse, Saw 4, and Land of the Dead, which I just mentioned. Her first con ever, Joanne, Boland. Okay, next, you know him as Tony Masters, the gang leader of one of the gangs in Oz. Please welcome Stephen Wishnoff. So we meet again. Yeah. I'll take over that prison.
Try it.
It's a hard knock life for us.
It's a hard knock life for us.
Excellent. We're off to a great start. It's going to be musical.
Okay.
Next, she played the really mean girl on Little House on the Prairie. Nellie Olson. Alison, Arngrim. I'm sorry I'm being freaked out by Tony Masters. She just ruined my mojo. Yeah. And last but not least, we grew up watching her as Joni Cunningham for most of our life. Watch her grow up from young girl to adult, marrying some guy called Chachi. Please welcome Erin Moran, Joni Cunningham. Erin Moran. Hello.
Hi, kids.
She's quite feisty now as she was on the show. Welcome everybody to Windsor, Ontario.
Thank you.
To some of you, this is your first con, yeah?
It's mine. I'm a newbie. I'm the newbie.
Oh,
Okay, we have a couple extra mics to hang out.
Oh, thank you. No, this is not your first one, is it?
It's mine.
Okay.
Yes, I'm the newbie.
Okay, well, then you talk.
She's a con virgin.
We're breaking your cherry. We just broke it here at the con. Hello, welcome.
Was it good for you?
It's great. Thanks.
He's fired.
What? How are the fans treating you?
They're so lovely. The people that we've spoken to, so awesome, and yeah, it's been great so far.
She says it's quite nice.
I'm the Canadian, yeah.
You appeared in X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah. The most recent one. That was I play Havoc and Cyclops' mother, and yeah, so it was definitely a cool world to get into for sure. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and it was set in the 80s, so it was really cool hair that they did and everything, so it was fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know that.
I know, it was
Yes.
like, yeah, I couldn't believe the pairings of the jeans and the shirt, and it was definitely a throwback. It was awesome.
You call it a throwback, I call it what I used to wear all the time. It wasn't no throwback for the doctor. Regardless, cool. And Tony Masters, Stephen. Yeah. Interacting with you upstairs, I kept expecting you to break out in song and dance.
That could happen.
It could.
If anybody who knows Alison knows me well, it could happen at any moment.
Do it now.
Really?
Really.
Really?
Really.
Okay, we're going far with this. Cool. So how would you like to play a con boss on a groundbreaking show called like Oz?
It was pretty amazing, actually. It really was. It was an incredible experience. Especially because I did not know I was going to be doing the show. It was one of those situations where I was working on a movie called Perfect Murder with Michael Douglas and Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh.
And the casting director from that movie happened to be the casting person from Oz. And I met one morning just before we were going to set, and I looked at him and I said, Oz shot all year last year, and I did not work a single day on it. Look at me, I belong in prison. Well, he laughed in my face and said, yeah, I'll think about it. If that's my agent, I'm busy.
We're trying to work here, okay? Please.
Hello.
Some of us are professionals.
I'm learning.
So, what I didn't know is that there was an effort underway at the time that I said that to recast and reconfigure the way the show was structured. And the first season ended, if anybody knows the show, with a riot. And they tore the prison apart. There was a reason for that. And the reason was they were reconfiguring and recasting the show because they had decided they needed the same cast of characters to be in that world all the time in order to create a more realistic environment. Because if you come back week after week, you would see the same people. And I got a phone call about 24 hours later that said, I spoke to Tom Fontana, if you're willing to play the leader of the gay gang, you're in. No audition, no interview. Based on my theatrical resume and work that they had known I'd done before, I was hired and spent the next 5 years incarcerated as prisoner 98M922. It's part of my book, yeah.
Okay.
I'm writing the book, yes. The book should be done sometime soon. It's taking a lot to get through.
It's harder than it looks.
It's a lot harder than it looks. You have to understand, I started acting as a kid doing theater
How old?
in New York.
How old?
Oh God, no, okay, so the first print job I was really young, but first theater, I want to say the first one, I was first grade, so six.
Wow. Good for you.
6 or so, and then there was a break for a while because I had a very quick growth spurt. By the time I was 12, I was 6 foot tall. And you can't play a kid when you're 6 feet tall. It's really hard.
You ruined all that.
You know, but it gave me a lot of great experience because I actually was able to play older than I was in theater. And so I didn't actually start doing film and television until the 90s when I suddenly realized, oh look, I can earn in a day what I made in a week. And I can keep getting paid because it's called residuals.
Yes.
They are the gift that keeps on giving, as that 2.5-cent check I get every so often tells me. But yes, that's how I ended up there, and that's what it was. And yes, I did grow up doing musical theater, so I could break out into song at any moment.
Do it now. Come on, baby, come on. Come on, do something.
You're being challenged.
We will at some point make.
We will.
If I do, I don't need the microphone.
Oh,
trust
there's
me.
that.
And he's probably gonna need backup.
Walls.
I'm here.
Excellent.
Go for it. What do you want to do? What song?
Come on. Come on. Okay, all right.
Well,
It'll
you're
just
right.
have to come
I'll do
up
my
next.
impression of your mother later, though.
Oh, okay, that'll be awesome.
Okay,
Okay.
they'll love that.
Right.
It's a wicked kind of evil panel. Dr. Evil, love your work. As a prairie bitch, I love your work. I was very evil on Little House on the Prairie. If you watch the show, it's quite vile.
She's not like that at
I'm
all.
nice. All the time I like, blackmail people with sour balls and bribe them with licorice. I'm giving away candy at my table upstairs. I'm like, would you like some candy? It's not like the mercantile, you don't have to pay.
Free candy, right.
Candy.
We know where that is, okay.
Well, yes, I was evil Nellie Olson. I was again child actor, started when I was really, really tiny.
Well, how old?
And
How old?
I was 6 when I did my Hunt's Ketchup commercial.
Oh.
And then I did a really terrible, it was 10, I made like the worst film ever made. It's called Throw Out the Anchor. But they've released it on DVD in France with French subtitles, and I have it for sale at my table. It's god awful, but it's really funny. It's French subtitles. It's a cute little family film about, it's like a ripoff of the movie Houseboat. It's really cute. Tina Merrill's in it, Richard Egan's in it, I'm in it. There's cute little animals, there's boats. Nothing happens, it makes no sense, and there's French subtitles. But it's
She's
horrible.
telling you all this and you already know this.
Worst freaking movie. But so I did that, and then what happened is I stopped working. I was working pretty steadily from 6 to 10, and then I wasn't getting a lot of work. And my father was a manager, took me aside, and told me my career might be over. You might not work again until you're 18. So I was actually washed up at 11, and then when I was 12, I got Little House on the Prairie.
Oh.
So when people say, so are you making a comeback? I said, honey, Little House was my comeback. Well, I'm on my 57th comeback by now. I've been coming back for 50 years. Little House just had its 40th anniversary in 2014. And almost the whole cast, a whole bunch of us assembled in Walnut Grove, Minnesota, the scene of the crime. And we all do, everyone says, you still talk to each other? We do. I just talked to baby Carrie the other day. Of course, she can talk now. Baby Carrie was played by twins, and they can speak English now. Yeah, we still hang out together. It's a very cool group. I do all kinds of crazy things now. I started doing stand-up comedy years ago. I now have a one-woman show called Confessions of a Prairie Bitch. And I have a book out by the same title, or How I Survived Being Nellie Olson and Learned to Love Being Hated, which I do. And I did a pilot, which he actually wrote, where, do you remember Mason Reese, the strange little child, the devil ham? He plays my ex-husband in it. It's so funny.
Tell me who else is in it.
Well, right, because I leave him for Erin Murphy, who was Tabitha on Bewitched. So I've become a lesbian and married Tabitha. And
Who's your mother?
and my mother was played by Dawn Wells, Marianne from Gilligan's Island, and my mother-in-law was played by Michael Lerner, the mother from the Waltons. So it's like an all-star cuckoo cast. And the French love it. They were like, Nellie and Tabitha in gay marriage. Scandal. I'm very big in France, so I did my stand-up thing, I had my book, and then I've been spending months out of every year in France, because I went to France years ago, found out they're obsessed with La Petite Maison de la Prairie. They like me best, because they don't think I'm mean, they think I'm French. And so I was there all the time.
You're very mean French.
Seems like a perfectly nice girl to me. So the French love me. And so I do all this kind of stuff, and I do shows all over the world, and I write things, and I did the pilot, I did another thing, I did a web series, Mephisto Box, where I'm possessed and evil, I stab some people. They all had it coming. They just totally had it coming. I had to kill them. And then I'm doing another web series at the end of the month in November. I'm going to be being a very, very sensible life coach who's helping a woman who's obsessed with Little House on the Prairie and can't think of anything else. It's quite funny. So that's what I do. I do kind of everything. And I just met her, because this is the first time I just met her, but I know her and I know him, and we all kind of hang out together, and there you go. And he really can sing. He's really quite good. He is. I think you're up. You're Mike.
Follow
You're
that.
Mike. Follow that, girl.
I'm Erin from Heaven. Thank you.
She's Joanne, and she can tell you.
Okay, my show was
funny. Go for it.
Are you sure? Is it my time now?
You're up. You're up, man.
Okay.
Okay, time's up.
Okay, you know who I am, and I started when I was 4, and my first commercial was for a bank, and I had to go down a sled with my brother, who never acted, but they used him. My mom was pregnant in Aspen, and we had to do it like 100. My mom counted 150 times. Oh yes, sir. Going down this slope 150 times, and then a St. Bernard had to jump over us. That's why it took so many times. For a bank, first federal bank. I'm so serious. I'm totally serious. Yeah. And I did 40 commercials like Crest, Cornflakes, Pals Vitamins. There's so many. Yeah, Larry's seasoning salt. Yeah. And I did the Don Rickles show. Yeah. And Waltons.
Oh, yeah.
2 of those. Yes. And let's see what else. Oh, so many things.
There's a series you were in when you were a lot younger with
What?
where you were dealing with working with animals.
Daktari.
Very good.
You want Daktari?
Daktari!
Clarence was the coolest.
Okay, wait. I wrote him. Okay, I got on his back and wrote him. And Judy the chimp. There's pictures that I have that she's like this, and I'm in the middle, and she treated me like her child. You know what else he says to me? You're such a monkey. Well, where do you think I got it from? It was with the chimp. Judy the chimp. Yeah. I'm telling you. Yeah.
That explains so much.
Marshall Thompson. What did you just say?
You know I love you.
Anyway, Marshall Thompson. I went on an interview, and Olsen, Susan Olsen. Yes. She went on an interview to play that character. Okay, Jenny, Daktari, and I won it. I got the part. Oh yeah. But Marshall Thompson, the main character in Daktari, he says, I'm going to help you. I said, okay. He says, well, look into my eyes when you act. I said, okay. Because I was doing the scene to get the job. Because he really liked me. And he said, just look into my eyes and act. And I said, I did. I got the part. I love Susan Olsen. Oh gosh darn. We did a cruise. Susan Olsen, Marion Ross, and oh yes, we did that cruise. Yeah. And oh, it was so neat. I just adore her. I just adore her. She's a sweetheart.
We get mixed up a lot, people, because,
Susan Olsen, we shared a hairdo.
Oh yes.
Cindy Brady had the ringlets, I had the ringlets, and then Ellie Olsen, Susan Olsen,
Yeah.
and it got very confusing.
Yeah.
And so the two of us I said, do people think you're me? She goes, yes. I go, they think I'm you all the time. That's a running
Oh,
thing.
what a great compliment. I mean, she have wonderful, both of you. Yeah. Let's see what else. Oh, I've done so. Oh, I did Family Affair. I did 4 of those.
Wow.
Family Affair. Jodie Foster. What? No, not Jodie Foster. She was on Happy Days. Jodie Foster. She did 1 episode on Happy Days.
everything.
She's done everything. Let's see what else. Oh, I've done so many things. It's so boring.
But then you became Joey.
And then I became Jodie.
This was all before Happy Days. Wow.
Yeah, I've done a lot. Yeah. Death Valley Days. Death Valley Days.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I did 2 of those. And I really went to Death Valley. You want to talk about hot? You know hot until you go to Death Valley.
They don't know hot, they're Canadian.
Well, then you don't know. Death Valley, you'll find out.
Edmonton in July.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was hot. It was hot as heck. Yeah. I'm done.
All right.
Real good, yeah.
I'm
there any
over there.
questions?
Take me out of the oven.
Yeah. Did you ever get over the fawns?
What now? What did you say?
Did you ever get over the fawns?
Did you ever get over the fawns?
Well, I was never on him.
Do understand she's a good deal younger than Henry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's 15 years older than me.
It would have been Chachi.
She wanted to Chachi.
I took his virginity. Oh, he wrote it up. Come on, it's no big news.
Scandal.
No, he admitted it.
He did. He wrote it up. I didn't. He came out with it. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. I got to let it show.
Okay, she's just saying, that sounds like you've been challenged. I'm just saying, I don't sing, you're safe, I don't sing at all. So.
Cool, so we got 2 singers here. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get more questions?
Any questions?